Hey guys, today we are going to see all the different settings that we have in the camera of your smartphone, especially in the Pro mode of your camera app. So let's start with the exposure. This setting will change the meter of exposure. This is a multiple exposure, so it keeps in mind in general what the light is in all the frame. This is a spot center exposure, so it will exposure the center part of the frame, and this is a little spot that is even little than the previous, and in this change you see the exposure right in the center. If I put the center on the sky, it will exposure the sky. Then let's talk about ISO. ISO level is the sensitivity of the sensor. So if I have a lot of light, I have to keep the ISO the lower as possible. If I don't have a lot of light, I will have to push the ISO level higher. But keep in mind that if you enhance the ISO level too much, you will have a grainy image. So keep in mind that. Then let's talk about the shutter speed S. The shutter speed is the time that the sensor stay opened. So you see 1 on 4000 to 30 seconds. Keep in mind that if you don't have so much light, you have to set a long shutter speed like 1 on 4 or 1 on 10, or maybe 3, 4 or 5 seconds. But if you set 4 or 5 seconds, you have to keep it still, so it's better using a tripod. If you're shooting low light images, the suggest I give to you is to keep the ISO low, like 100 or 135, and set the shutter speed at let me think, at 2 seconds or 3 seconds, but you have to keep the phone on a tripod. Then let's talk about EV. EV is the exposure compensation. So if you have, like in this case, the sky that is a little bit blown out, you push it down, and the image, when you will shoot the image, the sky will not be blown out, because it will comes out better than in the preview. Then let's talk about AF, that is the autofocus, and you see AFS, AFC and MF. AFC is a single autofocus, so it keeps in focus what you tap. If I tap there, it will keep in focus there. If I set AFC, it is continuous autofocus, so it will automatically focus on what you have in the front. Then I have manual focus, and manual focus let me set the distance of the focus. You see, I can change from a long distance to a short distance. You see that the focus is changing. Then let's see AWB, that is basically the color temperature. If there is cloudy, I can shoot with the cloud mode, or neon, or light, or sun, or also I can change it manually. You see that I'm changing the color temperature of the photo. If you don't understand something I'm saying, you can find the info section at the top right, you see there, and this is a section where the smartphone explains to you what are the different modes. So keep in mind this section to look at what you're doing. And this is the end of the video. So let me think if you liked it, and let's see each other in the next video. Cheers!